Look, let me describe a moment and tell me if this sounds familiar. You're sitting at a red light, hands on the steering wheel. You glance down at the dashboard, and for a split second, you feel proud. Nice car. Clean interior. Smooth ride. Then your phone buzzes. It's your bank app. And you suddenly remember, that car you're sitting in? It costs you $487 every single month. Not insurance. Not gas. Not maintenance. Just the payment. And here's the weird part, you don't hate the car. You just feel stuck. Because every month, that payment shows up like clockwork, and no matter how hard you work, no matter how many hours you put in, it feels like your money disappears before you even get to touch it. And everyone told you this was normal. Everyone has a car payment. It builds credit. You deserve something nice. But no one told you what that payment would actually cost you long term. And that's what we're talking about today. Because the car payment trap is one of the biggest financial mistakes people make, and almost nobody explains it honestly. My name is Luke, and I spend way too much time thinking about money psychology, personal finance, and why smart people keep making the same expensive mistakes. If you're someone who feels like you make decent money but somehow still feel broke, if you've ever wondered why financial progress feels slower than it should, or if you've been told your car payment is fine even though it stresses you out every month, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and give this video a thumbs up if it helps you see money a little differently. Because today, we're breaking down the car payment trap nobody talks about, the math, the psychology, the lies we tell ourselves, and exactly how to escape it. Why car payments feel normal but aren't. Here's the thing. Car payments feel normal because almost everyone has one. According to Experian, over 80% of new cars and nearly 40% of used cars are financed. The average monthly car payment in the US is now over $730 for new cars and around $530 for used cars. Let that sink in. That's not luxury buyers. That's normal people. And when something becomes normal, we stop questioning it. Nobody asks, is this actually smart? What is this costing me long term? What could this money be doing instead? Because the car industry doesn't want you thinking about the total cost. They want you thinking about the monthly payment. Look, this is where it starts. When you walk into a dealership, the first question they ask isn't, how much do you want to spend total? It's, what monthly payment are you comfortable with? And that question is dangerous. Because once you anchor on a monthly number, the rest is just manipulation. Longer loan term. Higher interest rate. More expensive car. As long as they hit your monthly number, you say yes. Here's what most people don't realize. Monthly payments hide the true cost of debt. Let me show you. Let's say you buy a $35,000 car. Sounds reasonable, right? Pretty average these days. You put very little down, because that's normal. You finance it for 72 months at 7% interest. Your monthly payment? About $595. Doesn't sound insane. But over the life of the loan, you'll pay $42,800 total. Nearly $8,000 in interest. For a depreciating asset. And here's where it gets really interesting. That $595 isn't just a car payment. It's an opportunity cost payment. Now you might be thinking, okay Luke, but I need a car. Yes. You need transportation. You do not need a $600 monthly payment. Let's take that same $595 and ask a different question. What if instead of sending that money to a car loan, you invested it? Let's assume a conservative 7% annual return, roughly the historical average of the stock market after inflation. Over 6 years, the length of the loan, that money grows to, backhand index pointing right about $53,000. Let me say that again. The car costs you $42,800. The alternative creates $53,000. That's a $95,000 swing in your financial life. And that's just one car. Why this hurts more than you think. Here's why car payments are so damaging. They don't just cost money, they compress your future. A fixed payment removes flexibility. You can't invest aggressively, take career risks, start a business, handle emergencies comfortably, because your income is already spoken for. And psychologically, debt does something subtle. It keeps you in survival mode. Even if you earn good money, your brain feels poor because your cash flow is tight. Your margin for error is small. Every setback feels catastrophic. That stress adds up. And people don't connect it to the car, they just think they're bad with money. Look, let's be honest. Cars aren't just transportation. They're identity. We buy cars to signal success, stability, taste, progress. And the car industry knows this. That's why commercials don't sell reliability, they sell how the car makes you feel about yourself. Here's what most people don't realize. Status cars steal future status. That $700 payment today feels like success. But the investments you don't make? Those are the things that actually create freedom. And freedom is the real flex. The depreciation problem. This is where it gets painful. Cars lose value fast. On average, new cars lose 20 to 30% in the first year. Over 50% in the first 5 years. So while you're paying interest, the car is worth less every month. There's a point where you owe more than the car is worth. You're trapped unless you roll debt into another loan. That's how people stay broke for decades. Now you might be thinking, Luke, I work hard. I deserve something nice. I get it. You do deserve nice things. But here's the uncomfortable truth. You don't deserve financial stress. And a nice car that delays your freedom isn't a reward, it's a tax on your future self. Delayed gratification isn't about suffering. It's about choosing bigger wins later. Here's something nobody warns you about. Once you normalize a car payment, it becomes permanent. You finish one loan, and immediately roll into another. Bigger car. Longer term. Higher payment. Suddenly, you've been making car payments for 20 years straight. Imagine investing that money instead. That's retirement money. How to escape the trap. Alright, let's get practical. Step 1, break the monthly payment mindset. Always think in total cost, not monthly cost. Step 2, buy based on cash flow, not ego. A reliable used car that costs $8, $12K can change your financial life. Step 3, shorten loan terms aggressively. If you must finance, keep it under 36 months. Step 4, redirect payments immediately. Once the car is paid off, keep paying yourself. Step 5, redefine status. Status isn't the car, it's the freedom behind the wheel. Here's what most people don't realize. The goal isn't to avoid car payments forever. The goal is to own your money instead of renting your lifestyle. Because every dollar you don't lock into debt is a dollar that can compound, protect you, buy freedom. And once you experience life without that payment, you'll never want to go back. If this video made you rethink your car payment, even a little, that's a win. Because awareness is where financial change starts. Hit subscribe if you want more videos that challenge normal money advice. Drop a like so this reaches more people stuck in the same trap. And remember, the fastest way to feel rich isn't earning more, it's keeping more. I'll see you in the next one.